Alright, what's going on, guys? Recently started out here on YouTube. Figured I'd react to some classic incel content, seeing as I am partially an incel pretty much. While my farms are still going in Rise of Kingdoms. But yeah, I figured I'd watch this one. I like this guy's channel. Uh, Fiance sends goodbye text to an ex on a wedding day and instantly gets dumped. Let's see what the video.
Yikes, dude. Like the video, subscribe, stay on the path of progress. Let's get into it.
Yes, sir.
My husband is making us fly home from our honeymoon after one day because he found out I sent my ex a simple goodbye text on
That
the
is
morning
not
of
simple.
our wedding. It was a goodbye
It's just
text,
not.
for goodness sake. Not an I will always love you text. Not a drop everything and meet me at the altar text.
Jeez.
Why would
I
she
needed
mention
to say
that?
goodbye to have closure on the unmarried part of my life.
Okay, so she sent a goodbye text to her ex. Man, this is how you know she is not marrying the man of her dreams at all. On her wedding day, on her honeymoon, all she's thinking about is, oh, I wonder what my ex is thinking. I wonder if we could even get back together, because I can guarantee that was part of it. She wanted to gauge the interest of her ex, see if it was still there. She's getting
That's true to some degree, because otherwise you wouldn't send the text to your ex. That's the red flag. You wouldn't send the text to your ex on your wedding day unless they were still on your mind. That's just
married
it's
to a new guy, and all
so
she's thinking
fucked
about
up.
is this man from her past. This is why it's such a huge red flag to date a woman with a past. The more extensive the past, the bigger the red flag.
I needed to say goodbye to have closure
No, you
on
didn't.
the unmarried part of my life. Please tell me
That's
my
why he's your
sensitive
ex.
nostalgic girlies understand.
And make
Nostalgia.
sure the the girlies.
to get our
Ooh,
lowest
an ad.
rates. Why are you in my house?
Damn,
There we
bro.
go.
Nostalgic for all of the good times that she had with another man. Nostalgic for all of the mind-blowing bedroom fun that I'm sure they had. Oh my lord, she was alpha widowed
That's
to
a bit
hell.
much,
This man
but-
was absolutely justified in doing what he did. He
Yeah.
ended the honeymoon just like that, and who knows what happened afterwards, but I can imagine they broke up. If he had a brain, they would break up.
The only
I
thing
would
you should
agree.
be thinking about is the man you about to walk to the
Yes.
office.
Yeah.
Or the woman,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I would probably file for divorce just because you reached out to an ex on our
Yeah,
wedding day.
that-
What? No, that's out of control.
She texted the ex for closure and then felt good and walked down the aisle and still kissed the man she married. So so he found out on the honeymoon that
Yes,
she did that.
and he's making them fly home from the honeymoon just after one
As
day
he should.
Mm-hmm.
because of a simple text message.
That's
To
not
me,
a
that's not
that's
simple.
not simple. It's
Yeah, it's
about
not.
that simple. That's f***ed up. If you had basically, it sounded like you had doubts. We was hoping that he text back and say, "Nah, I still love
You
you."
would have went back if he
That
said
was the
something.
point. What was the reason for you texting on your wedding day?
The thing is, man, on her wedding day, she did not belong to her future husband. She did not belong to that man. She belonged to her ex.
Yeah.
Her ex is still living rent-free in her head,
Mhm.
all the way up until her wedding. And I guarantee you it would have continued throughout their entire marriage. You can guarantee that. So my man acted like an absolute G, let's be real. Texted goodbye. It was a, you had your chance and you blew it text. She was wanting him to fight for her.
Yeah,
She's not over
exactly.
the
That's-
ex. Yeah, man, 100%.
It's just real quick. It's so much more commitment, in my opinion, from a man than a woman when you get married, because of the fact that just the statistics prove the man pretty much loses everything, and it benefits the woman. It's more of a commitment from the man. Yeah,
Hey, what are you doing?
it's riskier.
Just calling to see how your day is going.
Nothing too exciting. Just meetings this morning.
Right on. Right on.
What's up? You sound weird.
Do I?
I don't know. You just sound off.
Feel weird.
What's going on?
No, nothing really. Hey, I wanted to ask, how was Saturday hanging out with your girlfriends?
Oh, good. Yeah.
Mm.
We went to that Mexican place.
Oh yeah, how was that?
What is good? Wow, what's going on?
The laugh.
Nothing
Oh,
going on.
man.
How's work?
What's that?
How's work?
We'll get to that in a second. I want to ask you about this. So, it seemed unusual. Like, you wore like a really nice dress I haven't seen you wear in years. out
Oh,
to that
boy.
place. It seemed
Yeah.
really kind of dressed up for Mexicans.
I don't know. I just put it on. Why? What is going on? What do you care about what dress I wear?
I was just curious. Haven't seen you wear that dress in a long time, I guess.
What, are there new rules in our house? You have to approve what I wear?
Baby, is there anything that you want to tell me?
I love you, but you're acting like a weirdo this morning.
Oh.
Okay, he knows.
Anything
Come
else
on.
about that night that you need to tell me?
He knows. Just be
No.
honest.
There's nothing else.
Really?
Doubt.
What are you getting at? What's going on?
There's nothing that you want to tell me about that night.
What do you, just ask. Just ask. Whatever you're trying to ask, just ask.
I know that you didn't go out to dinner with your girlfriends on Saturday.
What?
I know that you went out to dinner with your ex-boyfriend on Saturday.
How do you know that?
How do you admit
All
so
that
easily,
gaslighting
by
just
the
to ask,
way?
oh, how did you
How
find
did
out?
you
Just
admit
so
that
she can
easily?
lie more efficiently next time.
Doesn't
Exactly.
matter how I know that. You lied to me. To my face.
I didn't lie to you. I just
Yes, you
didn't
did.
tell you. I
You
didn't.
didn't lie to me. You told me to my face that you were going out to dinner with your girlfriends, and then you went out to dinner with your ex-boyfriend. I'm pretty sure that's the definition of a lie.
I omitted the truth. That's what I
It's-
did. Like, I wasn't
Jesus.
trying to.
It's just terrifying.
Lie.
It's terrifying to be in this situation. I mean, as anyone, but as a man. Because it's just, that's one of the reasons an incel like me doesn't want to really get married. Because of the fact that it's just, if a divorce happens, you're fucked. Unless you marry a sugar mama or something like that. You are just fucked. You are royally fucked. No matter what the reason. It is just so fucking terrifying.
Weren't doing.
I just didn't want you to get upset. You're upset right now, right?
Oh my god. That's
Gaslighting.
that is the definition of a lie. What are you talking about? Omitting the truth, not telling the truth is a lie. Huh? And the endless gaslighting from her, man. Wow.
I want to know what happened in your date.
It wasn't a fucking date. What are you talking about? It was me connecting with an old friend. That's it.
An old friend that happens to be your ex-boyfriend, and then you lied to your husband about going to see him.
Dude.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't
It's
tell
cooked.
you, but it wasn't a fucking date. Like, I don't understand why you can't get that. It would be the same thing if I met up with an old female friend and went out to dinner
No.
with them.
Yo.
It
No,
would be
it's
weird
just
to
no
me if you
care
went
at
out
all
with
in
a
her
female friend
voice.
and lied to me about it. It's sometimes it's stuff that you
I
go
know.
How
out
is this guy still
on
on
a
the
date
phone?
with your ex-boyfriend wearing a dress that has sentimental value between the two of you, and you lied to your husband about it.
Where the fuck is this coming from? How the fuck do you even know this?
That's what you're concerned about.
Yeah, I want to know where
How I found out you lied to me?
my email
Wow.
and my Facebook?
Well, why do you? It doesn't matter how I know. I know.
The relationship is over, man.
Yeah.
It's over. I'm surprised this guy's still on the phone.
Well,
It's
I know
desperation, man. I can
information
understand that.
Lied that you went out with your ex-boyfriend.
You're married.
God, it was a fucking catch up. That's it. We went out. We had.
Like,
dinner.
I'm not
I thought it was
that
fine.
religious at all, but
Yes, that's all I'll
I
say
can
about
still
that.
respect
He was a
that
lunatic, and
if
I
you
left
get
him. I
married
came
from
home.
a church, at least,
How
you
was
make
he
a
a
promise
weirdo?
to
How was he a
yourselves and
lunatic?
God.
What
It's
Because I went to dinner with him thinking, okay, like, this is an old friend. We're just going to catch up. He starts talking about
If
the
it is,
dress
you
and
would
how
have
he's
told
gonna
your
take
husband
off
about
me
it.
At the end of the night, and that's when I was like, yeah, check, please, gotta go.
How do you not know?
then you
that
would have
he
told
has
your
an
husband about it,
agenda
lady. It's
when he
just
asked you to
no,
wear that dress?
Because
So
I
does she, by the
tried
way.
to have faith in people, okay?
Wow.
no.
This guy 100% got cheated on. 100%.
Yeah.
She
Well,
still
I mean,
has
it's not.
contact with
Yeah.
her
Even
ex.
if it
She
didn't
went out
happen, it's
behind
still
her
cheating,
back
in my
to see
opinion.
her ex, and the guy is clearly like,
Still
"Oh yeah, I
disgusting,
know what's
at
up.
least.
This is just a booty call from a past relationship. That's what it is." Damn, man. But the behavior from her, the lying, the gaslighting, like. Wow. Really, the key takeaway from both of these clips that we just watched is that you need to make sure that you are not being settled for. You need to be sure that you are her first choice.
How?
Because if you're not, she will always be thinking about the men from her past.
I feel so bad for those girls who aren't so down bad for their man. Like, what do you mean you're not obsessed with your man? My man just walked me out to my car, and I'm just like watching him walk away, and I'm just like, anything he does, breathe, blink, exist, literally anything. I'm just
See, bro, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That is genuine desire. That's what it is.
True.
The man she is with is her first choice.
Look at what my girlfriend got me for Valentine's Day, bro. Look.
Look. Ooh.
Aww.
Ooh, she love me. She love me. She love me. She's mine. We locked in.
I always say that like men typically decide when they want to settle down. So even if they're not madly in love with the person, they reach a point where they're like, I just want to get married at this point in my life. Does this explain why so many relationships end in divorce? Because you have to be so dumb to go into a marriage with that mentality. Like, oh, I don't want to be single. I want to get married at this point. So let me just find the closest thing who maybe checks some boxes, who I'm not madly in love with or anything, but let me settle for that relationship. I mean, I'm really thinking that is why there's so much divorce. Because instead of pursuing like an actual genuine love from the heart, it's typically what's easiest or closest or most
I really do
comfortable.
think it's just fucked from
my
the start.
understanding, this is what I've been hearing. And that's scary. Because if you're going into a marriage with that mentality,
I think it just spoils you, man. Like, if you meet someone you consider to be the love of your life, and then you just break up for whatever reason, like, everyone, like, man or woman, you're always gonna have something for them. It's fucked from the start, man.
mentality of like, oh, I just want this so bad. And you're basically just like doing it for the sake of doing it, like with whoever's most convenient or whoever makes the most sense versus someone that you're actually genuinely super in love with and super happy with. Explain to me. Explain to me how that's going to work for 45 plus years.
It's not. It's just wanting to be
dungeon
lonely.
entrances
So
in
sad.
Top Heroes are super hard to find. Check behind the waterfall in Crimson.
Crickets.
This is really for men and women, but specifically for the women, a lot of the time, they're not actually getting married to the man of their dreams. They're just getting married because they want to get married. They find some guy that's relatively acceptable, they marry him, and they basically settle for that man. When really, in her early 20s, there was that alpha Chad that she is completely pining for, and she really wanted to marry that guy. But it didn't work out for whatever reason. So now she marries this guy just to get married.
I think this can like he's saying she, but it could very easily be a man too. Like, say you're, like, there's this understanding that it's younger women and mature, successful men that are the most valued in relationships. So he's talking about the women, that's correct. I think the same is exact true for men too. Men that are successful, good look. It's very easy to, have all these women want to date you and be with you and really not really have to commit at all. But if you miss that one woman that could really just, your life could be complete. It's very easy for them to miss that too.
Then
it's
inevitably
very easy.
she ends up miserable, cheating on the guy, and divorced because he was never the guy. He was only a guy, and that is a really, really huge thing. Okay, I really want you guys to pay attention.
So
to this.
terrifying
This is one
that
of the
it could
biggest
happen to
things you
anyone.
need to figure out
And you would never
when
know.
are dating
You would never
a
know.
woman, okay? The
People
thing
can
you
put a
need to
mask
figure
on
out
forever.
is, are you the biggest and best man that she has ever been with? That is a huge thing that you need to know.
What makes you wifey material? Do I need to explain? Yeah. Anybody can look good.
35 out of the clubs.
What qualities do you have?
I just said it. Like, honestly, like, I think at the end of the day, what makes me wifey material is like my
She
heart.
is
Like,
drunk.
at the end of the day, like, I don't care about like all this. I want you to be a good person, and at the end, like, really, what matters is like, if I break my leg, will you still be with me?
What?
I'm super valuable. I'm such a wife. I can get any man I want. Oh, okay. Then what qualities of a wife do you have? I have a heart and my leg is broken and blah blah blah. Dude,
I think this is a
was
question
so
that
funny to me.
women need to
Literally
start
just
answering. It's so easy when no one is doing it. Nonetheless, like there's a lot of men complaining that women don't do this, and then a lot of women are also saying on social media that they don't need to do it. So it kind of gives it truth. If there's no one doing that thing, if you are the person who does that thing, it can shoot your chances of success at getting successful so much more in relationships than anything.
This video, you know she's not a wife. What is she, 35, 38, dressed like that, out at the clubs at night, drinking a little? Bro, that is the least wife material I've ever seen. Oh my lord, dude.
Make yourself less available to them.
If you are already attractive, that's here or above. This video is really great. Let me tell you why.
First of all, she's very self-aware. She's speaking at a rational or higher level about her emotional constitution. Second of all, she's giving you all
guy's a
the secrets.
scientist.
These things do work if you are already attractive to her. But she leaves that part out entirely. Even if she is self-aware
Yeah.
and being helpful, she forgets to mention that this and this only works if she already wants your attention and you deny it. If this guy leaves his phone on airplane mode, she's not going to go, ooh, what a mysterious stranger. She's going to go, who?
That is so true. Shout out to 304 Math. So here's the thing.
There's truth
Not
to
all
it, yeah.
attention is created equal.
And you don't learn
okay?
about
The
that kind
higher
of stuff.
valued You are
And
as a
it's
man,
not even an incel take. You don't even learn about this stuff. If she's not interested in you, then it doesn't work, right? Obviously. If she's interested
the
in you,
higher
then that
value
advice works.
your attention.
Be nice,
So
be
when you are
sweet.
up here, you have
If
built
you're
your
the one
value
she's
up,
interested
you have
in.
plenty of options of women, and you take away your attention, that makes you even more valuable. You are now a scarce commodity. But what he said is exactly true. If you are lower on the totem pole and you take your attention away, she's not even going to recognize this at all. She's not going to recognize one less like on Instagram.
I stayed in a marriage for 23 years and built up a family and my ex's career and everything, and we literally just got to where it was supposed to be everything we dreamed of. Like, owned a company, making, almost $1 million, and that was my breaking point, and I left it all. And
Why?
I'm not a person that is about money. I've kind of been in mourning of the, like, oh my gosh, like, I gave it all up. Everything was around my family. So when I chose to leave, I gave it all up. Like, all up. I should have just stayed. It wasn't that bad. Like, you made it 23 years. You made 26 years total. Your
This is
kids
just
are,
so
like,
nerve-wracking,
college and-
man. People that think like this, honestly, not the mourning and wanting to get back with it. The fact that you think, oh, I put up with 23 years of whatever the hell this was. I could have stayed more. Like, it's just not happiness at all. It's not even contentment. It's
Once
just,
almost out
oh
of
my
high school,
God,
like,
I would not want to
you
be married
made
to
it.
someone
You
like
made
this.
it. Like, it didn't matter at this point. They can do their own separate life and all that. You made it to the point where you guys were making so much money and you had big houses and you could do whatever you want and you can relax. And I literally just called my friend. I was like freaking out because, like, I'm the biggest person that keeps me back. Like, I'm terrified.
Wow. 23 years of marriage.
23
to a millionaire,
years of
making good
marriage,
money,
man,
you
just
have a
doesn't make
family
any
with the guy.
sense.
But yeah, oh no, that's not enough. You were unhappy for whatever reason. Let's nuke it. The intense regret, man. She doesn't even look that old. What'd you say, like maybe 40 or something? It's a little bit hard to tell in this clip, but man, she's going to be
And then they made it.
haunted with regret
$1 million
for the rest
company
of
or
her
something.
life. Just like so many other women that do this to themselves. This is honestly why no-fault divorce has been such a big deal. That she can just be a little bit unhappy for maybe a couple months, maybe a few months or whatever it was. Then just feel like, no, I'm good. I'm done. Time to ruin my whole family. And then of course she regrets it because it was just a temporary feeling. And now your life is ruined. Like,
I don't know, man.
damn.
Happiness just does things to you.
I know you're watching football all day, so I'm gonna go get you some more beer and make some wings for lunch. And I was also thinking that we could hang that TV outside so you could have 2 games at once. Why are you crying?
It's just the first time that you've said that you've loved me in a while.
Bro, that is absolutely so true. Men are very simple with what we request from our women. Very simple. This exact thing right here would make so many men happy. Just that simple gesture.
Dated a professional athlete, great at what he does. There's not a lot of room for emotion to be involved. He could date whoever he wanted or sleep with whoever he wanted. And we were like arguing about something and I was like, well, why would you date me? If like I'm the person you date if you want like a challenge. And he just went, why would any man want a challenge in their relationship? In that moment was like, oh my God, I thought it was like hot to you. I thought it was like what guys wanted.
I've
thought it
heard
was,
this
like,
before.
feisty. Like, I apologize.
Well, especially if you're dating somebody that is high performing in any realm, has goals.
At least good for her for acknowledging this, because genuinely,
I think it's a challenge if the guy literally just wants to hook up with you. If that's all he wants from you, that's it. Otherwise, it's not like, no.
I bet she was pumped full of this feminist propaganda since she was
No,
a
I
child.
just know.
And that is what women are told. They have been lied to about how they should act, lied to about what men find attractive. But this guy is a high-performing, successful male. The world challenges him every single day. New problems to solve, new goals to accomplish, all of this stuff. Why on earth would he want a challenge at home? Why on earth would he want another headache that he has to deal with? Women should be your peace. If she is creating chaos within your world, she should not be within your world.
Saying men need to be leaders, take initiative and stuff.
Yeah, that's the bare minimum.
So what if in a relationship you were dating a guy, your boyfriend, let's say you've been dating a year, he's like, I don't like how revealing you dress.
Break up.
Really? You think the
Then
relationship...
he should go find someone that dresses
Really?
like,
So you
like
wouldn't...
long
Just to be,
skirts
but hold
and
on.
stuff,
But he wants to stay with
I
you,
mean-
and he'll stay with you so long as
Then
you
he should
dress
There's
more
truth to that,
modestly.
honestly, though.
Oh, that's not really you following his lead then.
I don't know, like you shouldn't be with an insecure man.
Why would that be insecure? Why do y'all want us to lead? And if we lead and we're like, I'm not comfortable with how you're dressing.
That has like nothing to do with leading. Like you're just like wanting to change us.
So this is all fine, right?
I think there's, honestly, I agree with her. Like, I don't know if it's set up to be, let me hear what he
She
says.
wants a man that's going to lead her. Yeah, great. It's traditional, it's awesome, right? But by definition, if you want a man that is a leader, then you have to be a follower. Then you have to get in line. You have to follow his rules. Whatever law he's laying down, you're on top of it. You're following orders. See, this is the problem right here. You're totally okay with putting the role on him without putting the role on yourself. You want him to completely do his job. Meanwhile, you're not doing anything. You're not following. You're not being supportive. You just want him to take care of everything so you can just sit there and benefit from it.
Anywhere.
I gotta say that I agree with her though. You cannot date someone and it's just it's weird because it's based on physical attraction and maybe you do have things in common. You can't date anyone expecting them to change. You cannot do that. If they want to change for you, that's up to them. But if they don't want to change for you, and you just can't expect them to change. I do agree with that.
5 to 30% of the general population, men are raising and paying for children that are not theirs and don't know.
Yeah, that's
According to
terrifying.
the American Association of Blood Banks, between 25 and 30% of the males who are accused of being the father, they take a paternity test and find out they did not do it.
Are you for mandatory DNA testing at birth?
I am absolutely on record as saying that if we want to prevent the problem of having men challenge paternity later down the road, is then let's apply
It's not even that though.
That is crazy.
It's not even that. It's this stupid thought process that I don't know who came up with this. It's this incredibly stupid understanding of the law and how it works that if the man signs the birth certificate or if, whatever, I think it's just if the man signs the birth certificate or if you were the one with her at the time when she got pregnant and all that and the kid could possibly be yours, you are on the hook for child support. And then a paternity test or any kind of fraud uncovered, you are still on the hook for child support. And there's even going further than that. The woman can choose not to get into another relationship and you can still pay for it. It's just being on the hook for thousands every month. It's such a what's the term? What's the word? It's such a reason for men not to want to risk that at all. To go anywhere near. It's like if you're looking for reasons as to why our population numbers are going down, people are having less babies, there's too much risk. It's not that there's so much risk, there's too much risk on the men's side. That's what I
25 to
wholeheartedly believe.
30%. Yeah, I mean, this
because
one
that
should
is
be
just
pretty
such a
obvious.
worry.
I'm 100% for mandatory paternity tests before signing any birth
I don't know
certificates,
why
getting that
people would be
paternity
opposed to
test
that.
done, 100%.
Thank God.
I have no
He was
idea.
So selfish. He left a 12-year relationship, even though he was such a good guy.
I'm so glad she left because that man deserves so much better. I don't think I'll ever understand these types of posts where women talk about how it's okay to leave the good guy, because there has never been a man that I've encountered that has ever said, you know what, my woman is so good. She is so good to me. She literally does everything that I could ask for. But I think I'm ready to leave her. I've never encountered this.
Yeah.
I think it's sad.
And this really just goes to show you, man, how normalized horrible female behavior has become, where it's completely normal to say, yeah, I had the perfect husband, he was great, he made enough money, he was great with the kids, he was great to me, but I left him. And that's just an okay normalcy in today's society. But if you flip this the other way around, there was a huge trend of men saying, you know, my wife was so perfect, I would come home and she would take my boots off for me and rub my back, make me a meal, she was so pleasant to be around and she was so great with the kids, but I dumped her. There would be a national uproar against that.
It just wouldn't make any sense.
Normal this is today.
And it doesn't.
Oh yeah, he was the perfect man. He did anything I could ever want in life, but he's horrible and I dumped him.
Yeah.
Bro. We cooked. Get out the West. Get out of the West, bro.
So why did you and your ex break up?
On God, real truth is she's amazing. I just wanted to explore. She was my first everything. It was time to explore and have fun and party, and like now we're out here with the boys, we're having a good time.
Are you having fun at partying? Or is it like lonely, home alone, and wishing you're still with her?
It's fun. It was time for me to get my experience and make my way out.
Get your experience, man.
That's it. I'm a good guy, you know?
Sounds like a completely major L.
Yeah.
Like, she treated me amazing.
Yeah, that's the paradox, man.
Out here, and you have a good one, and you're gonna go ahead and risk that?
That is definitely a rare clip. I feel like you almost never see this. Where you have the guys doing exactly what the 304 women are doing. She was the perfect woman.
No, I think
needed
you
to
do.
Experience more. I needed to find myself. Bro is literally acting like a modern woman. If you have a good girl, keep her. Okay? If you really want to go out there and have fun, you want to experiment a little bit, do your thing, have an open, honest conversation with her about it. Hell, maybe even she's down. Then boom, you got the best of both worlds, my dude. But nah, he tossed it aside.
No, I disagree. I think it happens to men a lot more, or not a lot more. I think it happens to men a lot too. I think it happens to two people. It happens to women generally because they have a paradox of choice with the majority of men that want a lot of girls, or that want girls. You know, they want to date, they want to find someone, and then, you know, it's just the truth. Not a lot of girls are, you know, attracted to a lot of guys. They're attracted to a lot of the more handsome, taller, more successful guys. It's just the way it is. And evidently that guy could have been that. Maybe he's got stuff going on to where he has a lot of women approach him. And he also has that mindset to where he doesn't want to commit. But with a good man, or with a good, like, and honestly, you could tell a man anything. Like, that's how I just don't get it. You could tell a man to get in shape. You don't really give a fuck. You could tell a man, hey, let's work so we can earn more money. All that shit. You could tell a man anything. If it's a man that, you know, otherwise, personality-wise, you like, men are, generally speaking, perfectly okay with being molded into, honestly. You can't tell women that, but anyway, yeah, I think it absolutely does. Interesting video. That's my incel take. I think that paradox of choice, it just kind of fucks you up from start to finish. I think that's where a lot of it comes from. Interesting video.